hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Girl, this is the last review of the night. This is review number 4. I hope everybody's having a great. Yeah, I was easy to be Thursday morning because it's already 4 o'clock in the morning right now. So who knows what time this will be up. But thank you for tuning in. I'm all over the place right now. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Girl, let me stop. No. This is my review for Basketball Wives, Season 8, Episode 4, all that good stuff. But yes, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. I don't have the energy to say Jaybird, but become a Jaybird in these streets, okay? Let's just get into this review. So, Basketball Wives, I feel like they're just determined to piss everyone off. And Tammy pissed me off. Kristen, of course, and Malaysia. And a little bit of Shawnee, okay? It's just a whole bunch of the bullshit of it all. So we see everyone is still going crazy. It's still the same event where, they didn't say, Byron isn't Thomas's daddy or whatever. So Kristen up there calling Thomas on the time that she's finna go to jail because she want to beat up or kill CC. No, beat up kill CC or OG. And then gonna say, I don't want to go to her wedding. She can walk down the aisle by herself. I'm like, Kristen, you wasn't walking her down the aisle, honey. So that's okay. Like, that wasn't your job, mama. So calm down. We then see how she brings up, I just can't believe this shit, girl, bye. So on the inside, OG's like, it's not a big deal. Like, Cece and Chris had issues way before me. Like, what I said, it's not a big issue for them. And then Cece said how, while it is not a big deal what OG said, like, I still don't like how she said it, like it was a weapon, as if I told her some information to use against Kristen. So Cece said how she don't like that whole aspect about it. She brings up how, but she also feels like OG is the only person who has ever like had her back and like defended her, like no one else ever, is ever on Cece's side. Cece is not made for this show simply because Cece not finna be underhanded and backhanded. Like, she not. Like, she's a nice person, and I just think because they keep, and I think that's why they fucking with her, because she's so nice. If Cece stood up to them how the other ones did, they try to bully her, and Cece is almost a perfect victim for that, which sounds horrible, because she is non-confrontational. So if you keep coming at her, she gonna either, it's fight or flight. Like, I'm either gonna cut your ass out and leave it alone, or just leave it alone. So we then see that is done. So, girl, Shawnee, get it over with. Shawnee said someone tried to break her house. She do have a little video of somebody who like was at her gate or jumped her gate and was like running away from trying to break in. And she also brings up how in the neighborhood where they are, there's been a rash to break in lately. And she's like, I just don't feel safe. My oldest 2 boys, don't live here anymore. And it's just me and the younger kids. Now, I was surprised when she was walking around. The house didn't seem like it was like, anywhere far off where someone can get to them. It did seem like if somebody wanted to just climb over the gate, they could. Like, I was like, oh, I guess she don't live in like a secure location, but it's still what I guess they assume was a good neighborhood. So she said now Shaq and her, she's Shaq too, feel like, the neighborhood, it's kind of getting too much crime around, so they should move. And by the end of the episode, she moved and got a whole new house. I skipped the whole. I fast forward the whole thing. Once she said, "Oh, see, we had to move, so Shaq helped me, and we now have this house." I said, "Fast forward." I don't care what I'm talking about. I feel like it had nothing to do with the show of it all. I know we want it to be a reality show, whatever, and I wish they family life, but I feel like Shawnee keep shooting scenes with his one son, the oldest son with the dreads, and I'm looking like I don't want it. Y'all had y'all own little spinoff. We didn't watch that. We don't want that on here either, girl. Anyway, we do see Cece and Byron have a conversation. Okay, so Cece and Byron chit chatting, and she's telling him what happened at the little event they had yesterday. Well, whenever it was, when OG said what she said. So she's like, we had the whole event, and where is this picture? Byron looks like he be saying like this on GP. I don't care. Like he looked like he told me all the time, I'm not stressing with y'all motherfuckers, I'm good. Anyway, but she brings up how, at the party, OG said that you were not Thomas's birth father. He laughs. He did a little chuckle. He like, Thomas is my son. Like he's my son no matter what. It don't matter if it wasn't my sperm who made him. That's my son. He always will be my son. Cece then brings up how OG told them that she told her about it. You know what I'm saying? And how I feel like she tried to use it like as a weapon, and Kristen was so upset. And Byron was like, why was she upset? Well, they're trying to say like it was me who told her that to like use like as ammunition. And he was like, I don't know why she was upset. I don't get that part, you know what I'm saying? But no one should blame you for any of this. He like OG and Kristen seems to have their own issue, whatever. Anyone trying to blame you for their shit is just stupid. Byron is not here for these other grown adult people fucking with his fiance. He's not for it. I feel like Byron knows about the TV bullshit, and he not finna let it affect the relationship between him and Cece. And he like, look, I said what I said. He not my birth son, but he's still my son. But anyone saying, oh, his real father is, so and so and so and so, it don't matter too much to me. Now, let me see if I can find. I had a picture that I got off Instagram of his real daddy, and the dude is just, how is that purple? Lord Jesus. It's the guy who used to play on the Steve Harvey show. He was also, do I have it somewhere? I thought I did, but I guess I don't. And none of these pictures is of that. That's mom's has some liquor. That's a pickle. That's all kind of weird stuff. But anyway, it's the dude. I think it's like TK Carter. So just Google the name. But he like it ain't no secret that's his, like it's not a secret. It's the thing is, isn't it? There's pictures posted from a year ago on his birthdad's page of the birthdad, Thomas and his daughter. So it's like it's not a secret that Byron ain't that man's, you know what I'm saying, birth father. But he, as he said, that's my son, regardless. But I don't know why Kristen's so upset because someone said it. It's not a fucking secret. So from there we see, Kristen talking to Scott. And I'm like, sometimes I'll be looking like, I just feel like Scott be like, oh, what the fuck does my wife, have me involved in? And I think, and he looked like his birthday. He really, really do. Like if you look at his birthday from years ago on the shows he was on, he looked like his birthday. Anyway, so Kristen and Thomas talk, and she brings up how, Thomas' birth father Thomas's birth father has never been a secret. Okay. And I'm like, so if it's never been a secret, what is the big issue? She then say, even though his birth father in this situation has never been a secret, I still put 20 on 10 and I was pissed off. But again, why? Because it wasn't a secret. Okay. He says like, I'm not ashamed of it, but it did. He said, but bringing it up does like it kind of dismisses me. I don't know what he meant by that. I feel like they should not include the men in this particular beef because it really had nothing to do with them. And like Cece said, the way it was said to OG wasn't like, ooh, here's this deep dark secret or whatever. It wasn't that. And it wasn't even Cece who told. We're going to get to that in 1 minute. Anyway, he brings up how he's upset with his dad. And I'm like, which one? Anyway, Kristen brings me, he should protect his kids. He should always protect his kids because the real culprit is Cece. First of all, Byron don't have no kids. He has adult children. Okay? None of them is kids. Y'all are all grown adults with your own lives, with your own babies. They not kids. It's past time for Byron to protect some children because you're adults. You're adults. And it's not a fucking secret. Kristen just pissed me off. When Kristen said it wasn't a secret, I said, then why did you was acting like she just told you that your daughter wasn't his. And that would have been a secret to spill. That would have been a secret, but that's not what happened. Anyway, I just can't believe my husband has to deal with this. Deal with what? What is he dealing with? He knew this. I'm like, what the fuck? Are we getting punked? Where's fucking Ashton Kutcher? I'm like, him knowing his birth daddy wasn't a secret. I just can't, If anything, OG should feel stupid because she still said something to Kristen that Kristen already knew. Okay, there wasn't a secret. If I was Kristen and OG would say, you're not real Scots, which is not true because, as he said, his name is Thomas Scott. Period. Period. He is a Scot. Period. I would say, bitch, you so dumb. You so dumb. That's his daddy. It may not be his birth. We know that. Okay, we still Scots. Okay, check my license. Okay, check his birth certificate. Okay, that's who he is. So my thing is, I would have paid OG dust because you didn't say shit. I ain't know. You didn't say shit. It's a secret. You just spelled no T. So I'm like, Kristen was dumb for giving OG the pleasure of being upset because ain't nothing better than the bitch you don't like being upset by something you said. Anyway, so I'm just like, it's just stupid. We then see Malaysia, and Malaysia meets up with Kristen and Tom's sister, I think her name is London, at some shoe store. They meet her there to tell London what happened and how OG, blurted out, Thomas' real daddy is TK Carter, TK whatever. Why do people keep using my brother against him? What's that? I'm like, why are you crying in the shoe store? Why are you crying in the goddamn sneaker shoe store? Calm your grown adult ass down. Again, it's not a secret. It's not a secret. It's the stupidest shit ever. It's the stupidest. And not only that, it's not even Kristen's situation. It's Thomas's situation. It's Thomas. Girl. And I know they married and, a husband situation, a wife situation, but it's not like they saying your daddy ain't your daddy. It's his. That's for him. And he know, girl. Anyway, you know, CC again, Malaysian Kristen. CC's the issue. CC's the real issue. CC. It's CC's issue because CC gave Kristen's enemy information on Kristen's husband. I'm like, why is OG Kristen's enemy? If Kristen don't have no issues with OG, how they enemies? I may not like you, bitch, but I'm your enemy. I'm like, and that I feel like that's why OG say like she do have an issue with me because I'm like her enemy dog, girl. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? And then Malaysia say, Cece got my cousin out here looking real bad, like looking real bad. No, she don't. My thing is, who was Malaysia's cousin? Is Byron Malaysia's cousin? Is the TK dude? Which daddy of Thomas Scott is Malaysia's cousin? Is TK really the cousin? And they all, who is your real cousin? Because my thing is, if your cousin is Scott, at the end of the day, both Cece and Kristen should matter because Scott is your cousin. I mean, yeah, Scott and Byron your cousin. So I'm looking like, why you keep standing for Kristen Hart as if Kristen is your cousin? I know she's been around for 10 years, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to go against Byron if he's my cousin. I don't care if Byron and Scott's wives, Byron and Scott, if Byron and Thomas' wives is beefing, I get zero fucks. But Malaysia, who don't ever have storyline, has to keep inserting herself into the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I just need for Byron to tell Cece that she has to respect his kids. He don't have no kids. He has children. Okay? Adult children. They're not kids. Girl, the fuck bye. Anyway, I'm like, but little do she know, Byron is completely on CC's side, even though he don't think CC is as innocent, like she ain't did nothing. But he also know that, that's my wife, and I defend her to the end of the day. We then see Jackie, OG, and Tammy meet up. And I'm like, I don't know why Tammy keeps getting involved, because Tammy pop up and pop away like herpes. And I'm like, girl, what you here for? I've been missing this and I've been missing that. So what's been happening? So, they tell her, they catch her up on, oh, you said this, on all that stuff. Tammy then says how, Odie's the realest person she's ever met, and she's not going to allow, the girls to bully her, and, they're going to respect her. I say, Tammy, you ain't even been in the group long enough to want to give somebody some clout to be respected. You've been gone so long. So do you still even have your powers? Do you, Tammy? I don't know. I feel like, Tammy, you have to come around a little bit more before you can say, I'm not going to allow anyone to, mess with her. But you ain't going to be there to back her up. Anyway, Tammy says how she can't believe how all of it kind of happened and nobody kind of was helping OG. So OG says, they was acting like they didn't hear what Kristen said about my boyfriend. She said mean things about my boyfriend. They didn't say nothing about that. And I'm like, girl. So Tammy then say, well, Jackie, well, who wrong? Kristen or OG? Because somebody has to be right and someone has to be wrong. You sound so dumb saying that. Sometimes either both motherfuckers right, both could be wrong. They both could be, right and wrong, or it could not matter at all. In this situation, nothing should really matter. It should not, but I digress. Anyway, Jackie said I think they both were wrong because they both did things and they were both saying things to each other. No, Jackie, you're being fake, Jackie. Someone has to be wrong. No, Tammy, shut up. You sound stupid. So at this point, Jackie's upset. Like, I can't believe this bullshit. Like, how she gonna call me fake? I think this must be the scene where we seen Jackie saying how she wasn't gonna be on the show no more. Because something happened that I feel like they cut out between her and Tammy. But you know what I'm saying? It was what it was. So, because she's like, I can't believe you gonna call me fake because Tammy said, Jackie was fake because she didn't stand up for OG more, and OG is supposed to be a friend. She's like, well, they both were wrong. I just can't, me fake, how would she say that? So again, I think that's when we see her on social media in her car saying, I'm not shooting the show no more, I'm done. I think it came from Tammy calling her fake and they exchanged words, but they cut some of that out. We then see Tammy, Shawnee, Jackie, and OG talk. I'm like, girl, all these conversations, like, why can't y'all all get together for one conversation and that's it? So they get together. OG brings up how Kristen was saying lies, allegations, and slurs about me and my man, and no one seemed to care. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all kind of just jumped, and ganged up on me because of the one thing I said about, her man or whatever. And then Shawnee brings up how, well, it was a whole argument. And y'all were going back and forth, back and forth. So, I'm saying, how do you feel like you were ganged up on and y'all both were saying things? Yes, they were both saying things. Yes, they were going back and forth. But once OG said what she said, everyone did kind of join Kristen's side. And y'all all were going at her for what she said. And she kept saying, I'm not doing this bullshit with y'all. Y'all heard what she said? So OG kept pointing out, y'all are ignoring what she did, and y'all are all coming at me now, and that's some bullshit. So Shawnee like to play like I don't see shit. Like I want my blinders on. I don't see shit. I don't know what's going on. Well, you Shawnee to stop the bullshit. So Shawnee bring up how I really should be going at Cece because it's really Cece. I'm like, why is everybody going at Cece? Girl, this episode pissed you off because everyone was being hypocrites. Shawnee was, Tammy was, Malaysia and Kristen were complete fucking assholes. Honey, I'm like, I just can't. And then when Tammy says how, people should not be ganging up with people. It should never be, 6 against 1. Y'all used to team up against people all the time. When you was in the group, Tammy. But you left the group. Okay, and now you're on the sideline. Anyway, Tammy says how no, Tammy and Shawnee both said how, with Cece don't admit anything she do, so we can't even discuss her, having an opinion of what happened. You know what I'm saying? They bring up how Cece wants you to be for Kristen because she can then give you information to use against Kristen, and that's what she's doing. I'm like, I don't think Cece even gives a fuck enough to do any of that. I really, 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 really don't. I feel like Cece doesn't be talking to OG about whatever, and OG be yap, rapping, running her mouth, and which she should not. So you would think Cece would know, stop telling OG shit because even though you're confiding in her as a friend, she can't hold shit down. She can't hold water. She can't hold wigs down. She can't hold nothing. Nothing. So leave it be. Anyway, Tammy then bring up how, well, me and Jack got into it or whatever, and because the way I was told the story in the beginning, that's not what I'm finding out now, so I guess I may have been wrong for saying that she was fake. Yes, you were. Because she wasn't being fake. And she was saying how they both were wrong. And girl, it's just kind of dumb. So we see that whole thing. Now, this part, I'm gonna say is some complete bullshit. Shawnee and Evelyn go to see the girl Phoebe at the studio. Phoebe wants to be a rapper. Evelyn see her cute engineer dude and asks him if he's single because she's single. He said, I am single, and we can talk later. I'm like, girl, okay, desperado. But single, you got do what you need to do. do what you need to do. So they talking. Okay, so we got Shawnee, Evelyn, the girl Phoebe. Um, Shawnee said how Phoebe reminds her of Evelyn in her 20s times 20, but also how they were back in the day. Like she just raw uncut. I don't like Phoebe. Don't like Phoebe. You wanna know why? Because Phoebe is trying to make a mountain out of a fucking molehill. She brings up how, I can't believe, because first of all, they were talking about how they don't want to ever have to depend on a man to be their sole providers or whatever. They learn from their mistakes back in the day. But Phoebe, then they say, well, Phoebe, how do you feel about the other ladies? Phoebe, I'm like, she ain't been there long enough to have a feeling. What a feeling. She don't have one yet, okay? So she then bring up how, I don't like OG. I feel like, I feel like OG is on some bullshit. I'm looking like, but you don't really know it, OG. I'm just confused. So she says how I don't like OG because she asked me if my ex had a gag order on me, which just means if you are the ex of a professional player or whatever, they can put a gag order, say, hey, you can't talk about this, this, or that. And a lot of people, and that's why it's been hard for them to get people on the show, because most guys put them on the gag order. So we know Royce Reed had that. Royce Reed, who was a kid with Dwight Howard, she could not talk about certain things because he had her on the gag order. Because it's fucking TV. Dwayne Wade's baby mama, not the wife, not Lauren. Who's Lauren? Not Gabrielle Union or not his ex-wife, but that secret baby that he had. The girl who was messing around with was on Basketball Wives. She was on, I think, 2 seasons ago, and she could not talk about their relationship at all because she was on the gag order. So other women have been on gag orders before. If you notice, not a lot of them would be talking about what they went through with the dude that was when they used to go through things, but they did not. And so Phoebe then say, "Well, she asked, I can't believe she asked." I'm like, that wasn't a crazy question. You a new girl, you have an ex dude, and she said, "Did he have you on gag order? Like, are you allowed to talk about whatever went on?" Cause some can't. That's not a crazy question. So she gonna hold on to this and say that's the reason why she don't like OG, and how, what I'm saying, she act like my kid's a secret. My kids went no secret, I'm saying. Who says that? I'm saying, my ex not dumb. He gave me a baby. I'm saying? Your man, baby, if you can even have kids. And I'm like, did you just say if she can have kids? And then Evelyn laughing as if she wasn't crying her ass off 2, 3 seasons ago because she kept having miscarriages and she couldn't get pregnant. I'm looking like, ain't that some shit? Why would you laugh at someone cracking jokes saying if someone can get pregnant? Girl, and then Phoebe on the goddamn show bragging like, he wanted these kids. I'm saying, I'm not a hidden baby mama. You not. You were in the public baby mama. You're not a wife. You're not a fiance. No tea, no shade, but don't act like you and OG ain't in the same boat. You didn't marry your ball player. She didn't marry her. The only difference is you have 2 children. She doesn't. But I'm like, that don't make you no better, girl. The fuck. And oh, she asked if I have a gag order. I'm like, that's not a big issue. That show how dumb you are to feel like that's an insult. I ain't no random, my kids ain't hidden. My child is a junior. Okay. And a lot of juniors up dudes, and the dudes still ain't shit. Girl, she just stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? They want to blame OG for simple shit because they ain't got nothing else going on. And I'm like, girl, anyway. We then see Tammy has a whole lunch with a whole bunch of people. Everyone is there except Jen and Eve. Jen and Evelyn. And we see how they start talking. So OG said to CC, you know what I'm saying? OG, I just want you to be transparent. I want you, to do that because I be hearing your concerns and everything. I just feel like you should voice your issue. OG, if CC takes some shit in private, don't bring that shit back up. Period. CC says to OG, you bring things up solely because you have an issue with Kristen. And you know what I'm saying? That's not fair. Kristen then says, OG, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't your story to tell about my husband. And, you always say things like Cece said this, or Cece said that when me and you argue. And she do. So Cece thing was, oh, you can't use stuff I tell you against her because I don't be telling you stuff for that. We just friends, we be talking. You can't, use your issue with Kristen and keep putting my name in it. Period. OG then says to Kristen, like, I don't have an issue with you. You have an issue with me. But everyone act like, they don't hear things that you say, and you say all kind of crazy shit. Kristen then say, I said some foul things, and I never plan to repeat them, and I'm sorry. Look, this whole let me say something, girl, it was boring, but interesting. Boring, but interesting. So OG then apologized for throwing shade about Byron and Thomas. You know what I'm saying? So they both have apologized. I feel like when they both apologize, people should have left it alone because they both have said apologies. Honey, here come no goddamn storyline of Malaysia. Well, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, 'cause I don't have an issue with you, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you have an issue that you keep wanting them to fuss fight. I'm looking like, I'm just like, why can't Malaysia ever shut up? Because, what did she say? Oh, I feel like you feed, no, she said to Cece, I feel like you feed information to OG just so she can say stuff, and then, you know what I'm saying, it just gets worse from there. Cece like, no. Byron talks about the stuff, and y'all don't know because y'all don't be around, like, you not around us. And then they kind of all going back and forth. Tell me, like, well, Cece, you should not be out here telling family secrets. She said, it's not a fucking secret. It's not a secret at all. It's like, a matter of fact, OG said it to make it more bigger than what it was. She then says how when the one time it was mentioned to OG, Byron was sitting right there. So apparently, Byron, Cece, OG and OG's man was having dinner, and the conversation came up. And again, it was not a big issue. And Byron said it was not a big issue, and that's where OG hurt. That's where OG hurt it. It wasn't as if OG and Kissy had a whole private conversation. Byron was there. Byron was there. So I digress. And even he made it seem like it was not a big deal. So I'm like, at the end of the day, y'all beefing and wasting my time over shit that ain't a secret. Next, okay. So from that point, CC getting frustrated. He's like, I'm tired of arguing with y'all. I don't care if y'all don't like me. I don't care if his kids don't like me. I don't care. I'm done. Like, I don't have to see y'all ever. Okay. I'm just over the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, Kristen, CC, I'm with you. Fuck Kristen. Okay, fuck Kristen in all ways, on all days, up, down, and all around, because fuck Kristen. You know what I'm saying? And she should not have to care. Kristen is not Byron's daughter. Thomas is. Okay? And Thomas don't have to like Cece. Him and his dad have to like each other. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like, them kids too old to be like, you know what I'm saying, I don't like so and so. I don't, girl, it's just so stupidly childish to where y'all feel like Cece has to kiss y'all ass for what? For fucking what? Girl, I can't. So, we then see Evelyn, Phoebe, and Kristen meet up, and some other girl, I don't know who the fuck she's or where she came from. And Phoebe again bringing up, I feel like CC hanging around OG, it makes everything worse. And I also feel like, OG coming for me. You know what I'm saying? She made a comment about me. You know what I'm saying? She coming at me the same way she coming at Chris. I'm looking like, where? What she come for you for where? Where, little girl. You already on my list because it's some bullshit afoot, okay? OG not coming for you. That comment was so minimal, and you holding on to it like thin edges that don't want to go away, and it's making you look bitter and petty, like you don't have shows going on. Let me cause beef for the OG because everyone else has beef with her, and I'm like, it's just petty. And that's when Phoebe said about the kid thing. My man gave me kids, and your man didn't give you any kids, and that's when we seen Evelyn laughing, which is some bullshit because girl, she was having issues getting pregnant too. And I'm like, why would you laugh at that when you felt bad that people teased you about something like that? Anyway, Malaysia goes to meet with Byron because like I need to get to the source of things because what's going on between Cece and Kristen is not getting any better. So, I want to really know if Byron really told OG that, she could speak about who Thomas' daddy was. And I'm like, OG never said that, and neither did Cece. All they said was when the conversation came up, Byron was right there, and He said it was not a big issue because it was not a family secret. Girl, Malaysia put spin on shit like her damn wigs. Anyway, Byron said, look, we had dinner. Okay, me, Cece, OG and her man had dinner, and it came up. It wasn't a big issue, whatever. It wasn't a big deal. He keeps saying it wasn't a big deal. It's not, people know it's not no big deal or whatever. And then, well, OG said that you told her that she could take. I'm like, that ain't what the fuck OG said. Move the weave from around your ears because that's not what she said. And Byron's like, well, no, I didn't tell her that. Like, I didn't say that, but, when it came up, it wasn't a big issue with it, but I didn't tell her like she should go do it. Like, and I'm like, that ain't what Malaysia bald head lying around here. Okay, bald headed lies. Okay, take my Braxton head lies. Okay, just lie, 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 lie. I can't do it. Anyway, he say how look the beef is really between Kristen and and Cece a little bit, but the issue really is that last season Byron said this. Byron said last season she went and said how I was not a good grandfather. Well, I don't think she meant that. Shut up, Malaysia. Shut up. He then said I would call to come over. I would call to get her, and when I would do that, they would say, "Oh, she's asleep," or "Oh, she was always the kid was always doing something to where Byron couldn't get her." Byron said eventually I stopped asking. Because I'm not gonna keep trying to get the baby if you keep giving me reasons as to why I can't get the baby, or I can't come over, or you don't call me to say, hey, can we bring her over? So he like the same way she talked about me is stuff that they did that made me not just stop reaching out to get the baby. And I was like, Byron was like what in his 60s? That man ain't out here trying to raise somebody else's children. He just is not. And the crazy part was as Byron saying everything that Cece said, meaning it's not Cece not lying. She not lying. So Malaysia's hearing it from the goose's mouth. Okay? The goose's mouth. Out here laying golden egg out his own mouth. Malaysia heard him say all this stuff. And she still feel like, oh well, I need to talk to so and so because, I can't believe OG said he didn't say that. She didn't either. I can't believe OG said he told her to say it. That ain't what she said, girl. I can't. I'm done. Anyway, that was the whole episode, girl. It was some bullshit for all up and through. But how y'all like it or not like it, girl, I'm going to bed. Good night.